The buzzing of chainsaws and the sound of crews cleaning up after dangerous storms swept through the region last night.
Yeah, trees and power lines litter neighborhoods, and tonight cleanup efforts continue. Good evening, I'm William Ingalls.
And I'm Sharon DeRick. The National Weather Service has confirmed that several communities throughout the KWQC viewing area were impacted by tornadoes last evening.
Yeah, it was just a little after 5:30 last night when these storms started sweeping through the region. This map shows all the areas where confirmed tornadoes have struck. The path of damage spans from Fort Madison right up to the metro area.
The first report of damage came out of the Fort Madison area, where a weak tornado caused a train to derail. The derailment happened just to the northwest of Nauvoo, Illinois, west of Highway 61.
And after the storm caused the damage in Fort Madison, it moved into Burlington. This was the view from our First Alert camera network as the storm rolled into town. A weather station in Burlington clocked a wind gust of 81 miles an hour.
And as the line of storms continued to move northeast, tornadoes caused damage in Mercer County. Tornado damage was reported near New Boston. Then the storm continued to track to the northeast, tracking into Rock Island County.
And then the storm closed in on the metro, where an EF1 tornado caused damage in Coyne Center. We begin our team coverage with KWQC's Madeline Gillespie, who is live now in Coyne Center. And Madeline, you've talked to people who saw and felt these storms firsthand. What do they have to say to you today?
Yeah, William, the damage out here really tells the story. Trees torn down, siding ripped off homes, and people trying to clean up the mess the storm made. This big piece of metal you see right behind me, that's the roof of a home. And I spoke with people who told me what it sounded and felt like when the storm hit.
And I don't know if it shook because of the wind or if we felt the trees falling on the place. I'm not sure what actually happened, but yeah, it was scary. Like I said, normally I'm not scared of storms, but last night I was a little scared.
It was super calm beforehand, which I know usually that's a telltale sign of a tornado. And then all of a sudden we heard the freight train sound, and the wind just came, and I knew right away automatically it was a tornado coming.
Yeah, he told me he's never been that scared before in his life. And like many others in this community, he's just grateful to be safe. Now, cleanup is underway, but the shock of what happened here is still very real. Back to you guys in the studio, live from Coyne Center. Madeline Gillespie, KWQC TV6 News.
I got it right there. Look at there's a wall cloud, certainly a circulation there. This is heading right into the heart of the metro.
Well, that storm then moved into the Metro Quad Cities. The First Alert weather team actually caught the circulation live as it has its eyes set on Rock Island and Moline. Our team coverage continues now with KWQC's Kayla Page. She's been checking out some of the storm damage today as well from those tornadoes. She joins us now live from Moline with a look at the damage there. Kayla?
Yeah, that's right, Sharon. Much like the owner of this home, which has sustained some damage right here behind me, residents all over the Illinois Quad Cities metro are beginning the cleanup process after last night's storms. Now, here's some video from earlier today in Moline, where crews were working to restore power and pick up tree limbs. While for the residents of this home and for many others, the cleanup process is just beginning. Other residents are just grateful that their homes are okay.
Well, the wife and I, we were watching Eric and Kyle. Then they came on and said, get to your basement, there's a tornado by South Park. So we did, and we were sitting in the basement and we felt the ground shake and heard some crashing, and turned out the tree had fallen down, and luckily.
And again, like Mark went on to say, that he said he did not have any damage to his home, but we did notice before we interviewed him as well that he was just helping his neighbors, helping them out pick up their down tree limbs. And he says he does it because he knows they would do the same for him if he had any damage done to his own property. And we've seen that pattern all throughout the QCA with neighbors helping neighbors. Live in Moline, Kayla Page, KWQC TV6 News.
All right, thank you, Kayla. One of the many reasons we love to live in the Quad Cities, seeing people helping each other when they really need it.
And after moving through Rock Island, Milan, and parts of Moline, the destructive storm continued through the eastern part of the metro, causing extensive tree damage in East Moline, Silvis, and up to Hampton as well. And many are still without power tonight in the eastern metro. Our team coverage continues with First Alert meteorologist Diana Rodriguez, who is live now in East Moline. Diana. And you've been talking with the National Weather Service, actually. What have they been saying to you today?
Yeah, Will and Sharon, I am right now live on 28th Avenue here in East Moline, and you can see behind me a lot of debris from yesterday's storm. So yes, I've been all across the Quad Cities area, and it's sad to see still a lot of tree damage, power lines here all around the area. And I've talked to one-on-one here with folks from the National Weather Service, meteorologists who were out surveying, and they've been telling me they're still continuing to work on surveying here this evening and even into tomorrow. But as far as I know, they are going to continue to do that. Now, that being said, I've talked to also people here in the community, and I do have here with me Jerry, who I spoke with, and he said he's lived here for, what, 30 years, Jerry?
35.
35 years. So we were talking earlier, and you said that you've never seen something like this before.
No, not since the derecho winds when they were here, maybe 3-4 years ago.
Right.
It wasn't as bad as it is today, because mostly right up here we got hit really hard.
Do you guys have power?
Yeah, I don't have power. None of us have power. We're waiting for Mid-American to get up here, hopefully soon.
And you said you spoke with them earlier?
Yes, yeah, I spoke with the guys come up and they have to assess what's going on and what's bad and what's gone, and then they have to call it in. So I'm sure everybody else is under the same thing, but it'd be nice if they come up.
Right. Yeah. So, what else can you tell me? Like around one time, were you here at home when you heard, this tree snap here behind us?
Sirens down in East Moline. Then I went down the basement, and my daughter lives next door, so they went down the basement too. And so did our friends here. They're in their middle to late 80s, and they went down the basement too.
Wow.
And but you could see, I took pictures of the wind, and the trees were bent over almost to a 90. So it was flying.
Yeah.
Really good.
Definitely. Thank you so much, Sherry.
All right, thank you.
Yeah, so there you have it. Again, the National Weather Service did confirm already 4 EF1 tornadoes, and I'm sure they're going to continue to survey and let us know. But you could tell, again, there's still a lot of debris from, that system that we had yesterday. So I'm going to send it back to you in the studio. Live from East Moline, Diana Rodriguez, KWQC TV6 News.